All right, let's have a look at a bit of a technique of the week. It's some concepts, it's actually 4 techniques. It's 4 different variations of trying to deal with obstacles when passing the guard. Okay, specifically the open guard. Would you slow down for me, Paul? When passing the open guard, look, it's very common that people want to pass standing. Okay, one of the problems though when you start to pass standing, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying passing standing is not good, like I love to pass standing, but one of the problems when you're trying to pass standing is you do create a lot of space underneath your body, okay, because obviously you're up in the air. So De La Riva's, Kiss of the Dragon, inverted De La Riva position, all those kind of things, you can often find yourself getting lifted. So when I'm passing through here, and I find like the legs starting to come into like a defensive position here and stuff like that, I'm always, just basically any time where I feel a bit uncomfortable, like where I feel like I'm losing my balance, or I feel like my opponent might be reaching underneath, or any situation like that, I want to kill all the movement out of the game. So basically all I do is I look to drop my my left knee down, and then I look to drop my right knee down. So I'm sitting on the ground, okay? So now I'm sat on the ground, this is the power object, this is what's in my way. But it's hard for Paul now to get underneath me, it's hard for him to do anything, it's hard for him to attack me because I've got a good base. So what I'm going to do is with this hand look, I'm going to look to maybe grab his belt, his gi, or anything down this side, alright? Now when I grab this, they'll often grab your arm as well. Now, this is now the problem, because when Paul opens his knee out, that's going to have power, all right? So I need to take the power out of this. So what I want to do is, see where my arm bends in the middle? I want to try and get the low part of his shin into that bend on my arm. So for me in this kind of position here, the way that I do that is I kind of put my head against it and I bring my shoulder inside, so I hold it, bring my shoulder inside and then drop it down. So now look, I'm putting his heel against the back of his hamstring here. So now if Paul tries to open out in that direction, there's no power in the leg. And now look, all I've got to do is concentrate on this side so the leg doesn't come through. Trying to stack him up, and now using this hand I'm going to push the leg in between. And now I nip my legs on his leg, and I walk around to the side. From here I can start to look to pass into side control. So the first part is, look, I'm looking to pass the guard. Okay, the leg's on the inside here. Okay, yeah, Paul might even have this as a defensive position. So look, I'm going to step down on my left, then my right. All right? And now look, I want to anchor myself, so I take a grip, belt, anything like this. And then what I want to do is try and get my bicep, and I want to drop down low. So now I take the power out of this leg over here. Yeah, so I'm nice and solid. Then I want to look across the hip, making a TP, nipping my knees together, like pinching them. And then I want to walk to the side, and now I can back step around, looking to pass the guard. So this is one option. A second option, when I'm looking to pass here, and this leg's possibly inside, is I'd sit down, okay here. And now what I can actually do, if he's not gripping over here, I can just actually swing my hand on the inside and go under, okay? So if he's not holding my arm here, my arm at this side, hold for me. If he's not holding my arm here, I don't have to worry about the power of this knee. If he's not holding it, there's no power there. So all I need to do is bring my hand on the inside, and now I can do the exact same pass but from an over and under. So I'm going to go over his hip, TP, nipping my knees together, moving around to the side. From here I can look to pass the guy. So this is my second option when he doesn't hold my hand. When he's not got my hand on this side, it's easy. Option number three, when I'm here, he gets this down low, like he's got a knee shield. So now again, look, I'm going to drop down. But because this is low now, I can get my chest on top and I can snake my hand through and look to hold the top of the fabric. So I've dropped down, I got my chest on top, hold, and now I'm looking for like the collar or the sleeve, and I'm going to sprawl back to come out of the legs, move to the side, building pressure with my head, and at the same time I'm going to straighten his leg in this direction, and I'm pulling with this arm. And then from here I can just slide in and look to pass the guard. So this is my option 3 when the leg's nice and low. Final option's a bit more complex. Sometimes when you're passing the guard, they have like their leg in like a lasso style position. Okay, so it could start from standing, or I could have already dropped down and then they put the lasso in. Now I have to respect the lasso, but again, the deeper Paul is in here, the more control he has over my shoulder, so he can start to move me. So what I want to do is I want to try and settle my arm into this bend again and low down on his, so if Paul tries now, I've got strong leverage. I've got strong leverage because I've moved down the lever and I'm using my arm to trap, okay? So he's got it here, he's up high. What I want to do is try and get down low on the lever with my bicep trapping it here. Now, this is the one you have to be careful of, because when I go in here now and I look to walk around, if I back step, I leave myself open to a bicep cutter, okay? So with this one, when I walk around, I actually keep walking and apply pressure forward until the grip goes. And then I maybe want to think about going to the mount. I don't want to backstep to the side. 4 basic variations, all coming off the concept. When you're passing, if you feel there's space underneath you, dropping down, stabilizing your base, and then looking to pass afterwards.